Hey guys, so welcome to this video. You may want to watch this one a couple of times. You'll need to apply any of these different things while making your video, but we are going to go over every option on this menu here on the top in the upper right. So um, basically we'll just go left to right. So this little magic wand is as it seems. You can get to it from one of two ways. One is doing this. You just click auto, but you can also just click the magic wand, and you can click the magic wand without having to click into this menu. You can just click that anytime. And as you can see, what it does is it increases the quality of the overall video. So match color is you're comparing it to another. So I don't have two different clips to like one at night and one at day to compare. But essentially, the idea is if you put two different clips that are technically two different tones, that iMovie will match it, so it looks like it was made under the same circumstances or the same lighting, more specifically. And quite frankly, these two I've really never had to use after you've used these first two. I mean, if you still need these, it's basically you take an eyedropper and you create a filter on top based on any of the colors that you can pick out of this video. Like I said, not really anything that I've ever used. Because you can also just filter it. Like, so if you wanted to filter it green, you could just filter it green. Like, you really don't need the eyedropper. So these two are definitely more important than those two. So next, we have this color palette. So it's three different submenus here. This is to create highlights, so make it brighter, lighter, which this is obviously like a sliding scale, so you can go all different ways to do kind of lots of different stuff, and of course reset it if you don't really like what you do. Next is saturation, so you can make it really yellow, really blue. We'll reset this one, and this is for temperature, so make it really hot or make it really cold, which those two kind of the same in my opinion, but whatever. Anyway, next, we have cropping. So cropping is pretty straightforward, of course. Fit means that it's just the whole entire picture that you give it. Crop to fill is when you're selecting a specific piece of the picture. So obviously this has like a menu in it. So you if I wanted to take out the menu, it would be literally that. I don't really know here. That that potentially could cut out some of the video that I was trying to watch, but you get the idea. It's to be able to pick one. Say we want to zoom in on my face, just that part. You can totally do that. And thirdly, you have Ken Burns, and what that means is there's a start and then an end. So you can do either way. You can start small and get big, or start big, get small. You can start left and go right, start right, go left. So really it's just up to you. And in order to flip back and forth between these two boxes, you just click on the start or on the end. So, and as you can see, it lit up like where the picture you're starting from, and then it's gonna play through to this. Now this feature is a little laggy, but we'll see if we can oh my gosh, and my voiceover. This movie is turning out to be pretty awesome if you ask me. Anyway, so those are the three different types of crops. So I'm going to go back to fit, and of course you have rotating. If we wanted to do the whole video upside down, we could totally do that. And this magic reset button. So just in case just in case you accidentally do something whoopsie, then you can fix it. So, stabilization. This magic checkbox here. So, have you ever watched those videos where grandpa did it and it's all shaky and everybody's sick by the end of the video? Well, if you click this magic button, it helps stabilize it out. I can't say it's going to completely fix it. However, it does a pretty solid job of, making it a ton better. And this is not necessarily anything you change. This is just based off of the stats from the video. So now we're going to go down to audio, and there's a couple different things that you can do for audio. Remember, on one of the other videos when we were manipulating this audio, I turned it down a bit. So there's a sliding scale right here actually on the footage where you can change, or you can also change it here. So it's at 50%, but you can put it up to 400 or all the way down to 0 and mute it completely. So I'll put it back to 50. So there's two different places that you can edit that. Then of course there's the auto button in the sense of just auto editing the audio. It's a lot of, say that 5 times fast. And then lower volume of other clips, that's when it's being compared to other clips. This one obviously only has one audio clip, so there's really nothing to compare it to. So it's not, you can't really select that at this point, but you could potentially if you had more than one piece of audio you were mixing together. This magic button, reduce background noise. Honestly, if you're recording videos where you're outside or you are subject to perhaps some background noise in the sense of, you know, your microphone's, if your microphone's a little old, or you accidentally rub against it, or you know, any number of things can happen. But this magic button right here is really good for getting rid of you know, some bad background audio. And then this is the same as the stabilization. It's just a sliding scale based off of how much background noise there is. So this is just a fun menu where you can kind of change how the audio sounds. There's two different menus where you can do that. One is here, and one is actually within this menu here. So we're going to go back up to the visual piece, and the next piece is how you speed it up and slow it down. So there are multiple different ways you can do this. So obviously slow, fast, freeze frame is when it plays at a normal pace. However, it stops at a certain point and then pauses for a second and then keeps going, or custom. So you can speed it up even faster than their definition of fast, or slow it down even more than their definition of slow. And what else is on this menu is my personal favorite, because it's really fun to play with, is reverse, which you literally, it's that picture as if it was oops, we don't need, so it would be this jump here, we'll do it over here, reverse. Let's see. So I'm going to go backwards. Oh, man, there's a reason we don't do it that way. Anyway, so next we have filters on the visual and on the audio. So over here, this is visual, so you can, you know, that's none actually, but this is flipped, which is the opposite of, oops, now it's reversed and flipped. Wow. This video is all about kinds of backwards. So this means that it flips around going the other direction, which is kind of cool. Black and white, and then as you go around, these are different pre-made filters on top of just, you know, having the freedom in here. Oops. Okay, stop getting mad at me. The freedom that you have in here is, these are just pre-made filters as the ones that you're seeing over here. And then similarly, you have the same audio type filters. So muffled, or if you want to sound like a mouse, or like Darth Vader, then you can manipulate the audio as well. Lastly, just information. So sometimes when you're going through your video footage, over here especially, you're like, you might have your files organized by what they're called. And if you click on your piece of content over here and then go to the information, it's going to have its name. So if you have two pieces of content that look a lot alike and you need to know which one is which based off of what they were called, this information button is how you do that. And then in terms of down here, it's It also includes in the information section how much of the whole video you're using. Because over here, when you look at these little orange pieces, the orange means that it is indeed down in your timeline. And then here is just the actual stats of how much time. This looks editable. What if I just add 5 seconds? All right. You can just add time too. Cool. So I've never just added time here. I've always edited it down here. But anyway, then of course you can reset it all and undo everything that we just did. But that is this menu up here. All right. Happy editing, guys.